everyone! Before the video begins, I have a special announcement in that in celebration of this collection unboxing series concluding, I have decided to host a giveaway for one of the models that was found in this collection. A turquoise Western pleasure horse from the Peter Stone Precious Stone series in 1999, as well as a couple other surprise goodies. The giveaway will be open from June 28th, 2023 to July 16th, 2023. This giveaway is completely free to enter and is open worldwide to any countries that currently accept USPS packages at the time that the giveaway ends. Full details and information are in the giveaway link provided in the video description down below. Also, if you are going to BreyerFest 2023, come stop by my Clarion room number 431. I will have lots of models for sale that were from this collection and my own, as well as handmade tack. If you're not going to BreyerFest, don't worry, I'll have lots of things for sale online in the future too. Now back to the video. Hello everyone, Stormy Strike here, and welcome to the final part in the collection unboxing series. I cannot believe we are already at the very end. I am rather sad that this series is over now because it's been a lot of fun going through these models with you all. And if you don't already know by now and want to know the story of how I got this collection, I do have a playlist that has that video and all of the other parts in this series. This last and final part of the video is going to be another unboxing of mystery stablemates. These are a bunch of stablemates that were in the other previous unboxing videos. And a lot of these, I have absolutely no clue what they are. Most of the stablemates in this collection were already wrapped up when I got them, and I didn't have time to go through and open them at the time of getting this collection. So even I don't know right now what exactly is going to be in this video. So I'm very excited, yet also kind of sad to do this final unboxing part with you all. By the way, it's not really, I guess, totally an unboxing because I actually put all these stablemates in these just plastic bags for now. But they were originally in boxes, so I guess it still maybe technically counts. Anyway, let's begin with our first model here. This is actually, I know what this is because it was kind of loosely in here like this. But this is a porcelain rain model. And I do already have this girl, so I will be selling this one. Any stablemates I'm selling, I'm first going to be selling at BreyerFest. But eventually I will also put them up for sale online. But they are first going to be going to BreyerFest 2023. Yeah, this little porcelain rain is so pretty. I am just a sucker for all of the spirit stuff though. On to some mystery stablemates now. Oh, this is a pretty little Pinto Frisian sport horse in the little stablemate Frisian mold. That is really a pretty model. I have quite a lot of stablemates, by the way, or I'm not sure if they're in my collection or not, so I'm not always going to mention that if I don't know if I already have them. It's like this stablemate looks familiar, but he may or may not be in my own collection. I don't know. Here's a little Breyer Mustang stablemate. This guy's quite adorable. It's got some interesting shading on his face, too, like around his eyes. Very cute little fellow. Kind of a good model to go with rain there. This model has tack on it. Oh, that is really cool. This is a little racing set. Very neat little tack set and rider. That is really cool. I don't think I've seen this set around very much. It looks like the stirrups are even able to be moved, so you could probably sort of better position those in the rider's feet. But that's super cute. What a nice little set. This is a G1 stablemate. Nice pinto, kind of looks like a gruyot kind of color. Some interesting pinto markings. Very cool. I do like these G1 stablemates. And here are actually some models that weren't really wrapped up as well, so I could kind of already see what they were. One of which here is a Little Creek porcelain. Very neat. I also believe I already have Little Creek. I think Spirit is the only one I don't have of the little miniature Spirit porcelains. There we go, Little Creek and Rain together. This little guy was kind of just loose already, which is a really pretty Peter Stone chip who's got a neat swishing tail. kind of fun, like resist apples, and his finish almost looks kind of sparkly. It's got glitter in it. I don't know how well you can see that, but his finish does kind of sparkle, which is interesting. Yeah, he's a really fun, wild color. I quite like him. Very nice little Peterstone chip. And then this appears to be a custom. A very pretty Highland Pony custom. And this actually has a bit of that like hollow paint on it. It's not just purple. It actually has some of that really neat kind of changing color in the light hollow paint. There is a signature, but I do not know if I'm going to be able to read that signature. That's a little tough to see. I have no idea what that says, unfortunately. But this is a really pretty custom. I'm probably going to have to keep this one, especially since it is purple, and I do love purple. Here's an American Saddlebred, a pretty black and white Pinto with some really cool little ribbons. They look like they are kind of like a purpley blue with some gold. It's quite nice. Oh, this is an interesting custom. It's kind of like a sort of sponged or dry brushed gray horse here on one of the G1 molds. Do not see a signature on it though, so I don't know who did this one. It's kind of a neat, fun custom though. Here is a little, gosh, I already forgot the name of this mold again. I believe we might have already seen another one like this in the collection, but I can't totally remember. It's a little dappled gray Paso Fino, possibly, I believe is what she is. We have another little racehorse with tack set here. She's got some glue on the bottom of her feet, so she has probably been glued onto something at some point. But neat little Pinto. Not really actually a racing set, but like just a English tack set and rider. I'm guessing this is another American Saddlebred. It is. This is a cute Palomino with some fun braids that are white, purple, and green. Interesting little snip on her nose. Quite an interesting color on that one. She's got a little bit of rubs, but overall pretty nice. Another American Saddlebred. This time, this is a nice, pretty chestnut with an interesting light tail, but the mane is a chestnut like the rest of the body. White socks, green and gold little ribbons. Very pretty color on this. Oh, we have a very pretty G1 stablemate here. She looks like a flea-bitten gray, I guess. She's got a few little marks, and I will admit her eyes look like really big. They painted her eyes very large, but she is really pretty. Nice color, nice little mold. Oh, look what we have here. Unfortunately, it looks like he's got some mess ups, but I believe this is a possibly JH kind of special of some sort. This is the little older Saddlebred model, and it is in a Wedgwood blue. Fortunately, it does have some issues on the face and the neck there. That's a bit of a shame. But this side of him at least looks very nice. That beautiful gold ribbons. Very pretty model. Another G1. This is a cute little buckskin. His ears are a little extra pointy. This one looks like a Marwari ear with how far curved in it is. But he is really cute. Beautiful color on him. Very nice little model. Here is a model that I believe is another JH one. I want to say this is probably one from that Silver Cup series, possibly. He is a very glossy, as you can probably tell. Beautiful Bay Pinto on the Appaloosa mold, which I still think is very weird that a Breyer Stablemate mold is called Appaloosa. Makes it a little weird to call models that aren't Appaloosas on the Appaloosa mold. Another G1 stablemate, this time a nice simple black with some kind of lighter hooves. He is kind of dirty and needs to be washed. Another set of rider and tack here, this time a warm blood, another English tack set and rider. Very nice color of bay on this warm blood. Another saddlebred. This is another one of the palominos that we just looked at actually. This one is less yellowed though. I will compare the two for you. So you can see this one, the plastic is quite a bit more yellow compared to this one that has much brighter whites. They do appear to be the same model, the same kind of ribbons and everything. Oh, this is a custom, which is, ooh, trying not to have it be too stuck to the paper towel because it is a little stuck in a couple places. Mostly just on the main. There we go. Ooh, how fun. This is another one of these customs that is painted in holographic paint. So you can see by that fun kind of rainbow shine on it there. Very pretty, and it's got some nice pinto markings. The mane and tail have been painted white. Not seeing a signature on this one. Quite a fun model though. This is a little rearing Arabian who is a nice black with white markings. He is quite cute. Got really nice high white stockings. Those are fun. Really nice blaze on his face too. Thinking this is another custom here. It's looking very colorful, and unfortunately it is definitely very stuck to the paper towel. I will try and remove this as carefully as I can. This is why you should never wrap custom models in things like paper towels or toilet paper or anything like that that's gonna stick to it, because it's not very fun when it sticks and does not come off easily. There's gonna be a lot of stuck paper towel remnants that I will have to try and clean later, because I'm not going to spend most of this video trying to get this model clean. Yeah, this model's not gonna be in the best shape here, unfortunately. And I can tell the model's finish is just really sticky in places. Alright, this is unfortunately the best I can do right now. It does not look good because of all this paper towel just stuck on there. This is apparently done by CB and is normally would be a very cool custom if it wasn't covered in paper towel remnants and very sticky. It's kind of like I'm assuming King of Diamonds playing card inspired model, which is really cool. Also a really nice mold choice for this. I think it's maybe had some customization too. Maybe it's had a little bit of customization to like the tail, but I'm not really sure. So a shame on that. I will try to clean this up best I can later on and see if it is salvageable at all. Here's a little G1 stock horse. This one's in a little bit of rough shape. It's got some marks and rubs. Ooh, very pretty cantering warm blood. Nice, shiny, pearly, flea-bitten gray. I love that pearly color. Very gorgeous model. Here's a little Morgan, which looks familiar. I think we might have unboxed this guy in one of the previous Stablemate unboxing videos. It's done up in, looks like a dun. Love the color on this guy though. This is a quite small model, perhaps a pony or a foal. Oh, it's actually two foals. Two scratching foals to be precise. Ooh, how pretty. Nice little Appaloosa one and a nice little Palomino. Those are quite adorable. Oh, we have another one of these ones. This was one that was in the collection before as well. This is a Breyer special run, if I remember correctly, and it is like a jade-inspired horse. I believe it's called Three Ring Circus or something like that is the Stablemate special run set this guy's from. So I wonder if there's going to be two more of the other ones in this set as well, because there was a complete set that was found in the previous unboxing videos. Such a cool looking model. Does have glue on his feet, but that should be able to come off. Oh, another custom. A little bit stuck to the paper towel, but just a teensy bit on the hoof here. There we go. This is, ooh, very cool. Pretty black with this interesting blue on it. and has a little blaze on his face. I'm not seeing a signature though. Quite a fun, interesting color, however. Hard to go wrong with some pretty metallic blue. Then also in here is another model. Oh, a little pony. This one looks like an OF though. Little OF Pinto pony. Oh, that one is super cute. Really fun color on this little one. Another American Saddlebred, it seems. It is, this time, a Pinto. Oh, this is a really fun looking Pinto. I don't know if I've seen this one before. Wow, really cool Pinto markings on this one. I don't collect too many models on this mold, but this is one I'm probably going to have to keep, I think, because it is just such a cool color. Oh, here we have another G1. Ooh, this one also looks familiar. I don't know if it's because I have it in my collection or we actually unboxed it in this series. Oh my gosh, look at that. It looks like he has a little heart on his haunches. How cute. Fun little black and white Pinto. I love that little heart. That is so adorable. Super nice little G1. Very nice condition too. Another American Saddlebred. Seems like the previous owner of this collection probably really liked this mold because there have been quite a lot of models on this mold in this collection. This is another one where it's got a very cool color. I love how beautiful the contrast is of this really dark bay and then this lighter shade of bay underneath on the flank and the shoulders and such. Oh my gosh, this is just a very beautifully colored model. Again, not a huge collector of this mold myself, but I think this is another one I'm going to have to keep because this color is just too beautiful. Oh, and I just noticed, sitting loose in here with the other ones, is yet another one of this same stablemate. But you notice the difference on the color is crazy. Oh my gosh. You can see that this one just has a lot more contrast and lighter colors going on, whereas this one is a lot more smooth, kind of normal looking, I guess you could say, version of this model. Wow, really interesting to see how the paint on these two differs. But I still think I really like this one more. This is how dramatic the paint is on this one. You can tell even the face looks to be darker on this one compared to that one. Very interesting. There is a small model here. Possibly a pony or foals. Oh, it looks like two foals. These are, I believe, the Scampering foal mold. A little Tobiano Pinto. Very cute markings on that one. And then this looks like a little dun, possibly a little Gruyot one. Ooh, really like the color on that. That is gorgeous, gorgeous coloring on her. This is a custom. This is kind of like a circus-inspired custom, it seems. It's kind of glossy, but then also has matte finish going on for the bridle and this kind of like circusy blanket looking thing. Or perhaps it's supposed to be like a lipizan from the Spanish riding school, perhaps. Not entirely sure, but this is a interesting custom nonetheless. Here's a Palomino Drafter Belgian horse. Also, a lot of these models are dusty because of like the paper towels or the toilet paper and stuff they've been in. They could definitely use a nice dusting or even a little bath. Very cute little Palomino Belgian. She is a very sweet looking model. Here's a G1. I can tell this is definitely an older G1. The plastic is different. It's actually rather heavy feeling compared to the later releases. And you can just tell by the paint job and the mold seams as well on this model. That is one that was made in the earlier days, possibly in the 70s since the mold is dated 1976. Not too bad of shape on this side of him, but the other side is quite rubbed up a bit. And there's some interesting factory flaw there of the overspray on the mane. Not even really overspray, just like actual over airbrushed, over painted, I don't know. So yeah, when people complain about tiny factory flaws these days and think that Breyers back in the day didn't have factory flaws too, they sure did. I mean, look at that. That is a huge factory flaw there. This is another custom. Yet again, hopefully not too stuck to the paper towel. A little bit in some spots, but it is mostly okay. just a little bit mostly on the hooves. This is a fun white and kind of metallic blue Pinto. Not seeing a signature on this one. I forgot to mention too for the other custom here that he also does not have a signature on him. And neither does this one. Oh, here's another one of these guys. I have him already, and I think we've seen a few in this collection. This is a... Ooh, this one's really cool though. I like his resist dapples look really neat compared to some of the other ones I've seen. This is a little dappled gray Pinto on the Morgan mold. Like I said, this one is a little different from the usual ones though, on how his little resist dapples are looking there though. There's a lot more white than usual, I feel like. Very fun color on him. Oh wow, this one actually has... Looks like a little blanket or costume or something made for it here. And it's actually made out of beads, like a little beaded outfit. And it's like little sunflowers. That's really pretty. I don't think I've ever seen something quite like that before on a stablemate. That is really nice. I like that a lot. We'll take it off for a minute though, just to show this model. Very pretty Pinto markings on this cantering warm blood. Wow, I cannot get over this neat little blanket costume thing. That is so incredibly cool. I love that. Oh, here's a G1 Arabian. She's got a saddle on her, which I'm pretty sure this is not a Breyer saddle, and it looks a little out of scale for stablemates, honestly. It is from Kidcore, 1996, which there were a couple other plastic saddles in another part in this collection series that were bigger, also by Kidcore, I noticed. Here's this girl, just nice pretty gray. She is a little worn with some marks and such, but not too bad. This is a really pretty little Paso Fino model. She's got some very fun kind of, I guess, Sabino markings on her. Sabino or Pinto markings. Quite beautiful. Oh, and she also has a nice dun stripe on her back as well. Oh, there's been a few of this model in this collection. This is a roan standard bred. It's kind of like the older style Strawberry Fields vintage Breyer red roan. This guy's got some very nice roaning on him. This model was kind of loose with the rest. It is one of these gold ones that I'm pretty sure was originally a keychain, because it's got a little hole at the top for where the little metal screw for the keychain part was originally at. But without it, it's just like a pretty gold little saddlebred here. Very neat. Another saddlebred, and this one I believe again was in this collection before. Pretty dappled gray with red ribbons, white stockings. Very fun little round dappled gray spots. Oh, another model that I think was in this collection too, which is this really fun, I really like this particular model a lot actually. Blue Roanish, or I guess just Sabino kind of. I don't know, quite Sabino maybe? I don't know. Really pretty Pinto model that is on the Tennessee Walking Horse mold. The color is just so fun and pretty. It does have glue on its feet, but oh well. Oh, just such a pretty color. I really do like this particular model a lot. Now, we might have possibly another custom here because it is quite stuck to the paper towel. I'm trying to remove it as carefully as possible, but ooh, it is quite stuck. Reminder to not ever wrap customs in paper towels or anything like that. I don't know how much I'll be able to fix this model because it is gonna have some damage, it looks like, to its finish, unfortunately. There's the best I can do for now on getting the paper towel off of it. It is a nice custom though. It's like another one of these faux OF style customs, kind of done in a bronze or coppery sort of color. Nice white mane and tail and legs, and a blaze on the face, a little bit of pinking on the nose. Very nicely done. DG 2007 is the signature on the bottom. Just a shame that paper towel got all stuck to it, and I'm sure its finish might be a little rough now because of that, unfortunately, even if I get all the paper towel off. That is too bad, because this looks like such a beautiful custom. Here's another one of these chestnut American saddlebreds, just like the other one we recently unwrapped here. Doesn't look like there's too many huge differences. Well, a little bit of difference in their color. You can see this one's kind of got a little bit more shading. This one's a little bit lighter. So they do got a little bit of variation in their color, but not a huge amount. Got a pony here, and then possibly another pony. Here's another pony, another custom pony. One OF pony that is, I'm not really sure what color this is exactly. It's maybe like a flaxen chestnut sort of thing. Very pretty though, whatever color this is. And then there is a custom that is a fun bright blue with a white mane and tail. No signature on this one. Oh, here's another one of these really pretty, kind of like jade colored, I guess you could say, Peterstone chips. This one's got kind of a wonky eyes on it though. I don't think its eyes were actually painted, but they were shaded. Interesting. I think there was another one of these greenish jade colored models in one of the previous unboxings. And I need to look at that one now to see if his eyes were painted, because this one does not have painted eyes. He just has these kind of weird blotches of shading, but no actual eyes painted. How strange. The color on him is beautiful though. Very bright, pretty green. And I believe that actually finishes off the first bag of models here, which means we have 2 more bags of models left to go. Here's a Appaloosa on the Appaloosa mold. This model is interesting because it seems like its spots are actually like hand painted on instead of some other different variations of how Breyer does their Appaloosas. He has a very bright white in color. Here's a small model, or 2 small models I think. 2 more foals probably. It is indeed 2 more little foals. There is a very adorable lying down Appaloosa foal. That is very cute. And then a little black scratching foal. That is also a very nice little model. Oh, here is Andalusian, who unfortunately has a big streak on his body. I don't know if that is something that will be able to become cleaned or not, or if it's an actual rub possibly in his paint. Bit of a shame if it is, because his color is very pretty. Very nice, rich looking bay. Oh, this is a custom, and it is yet again having issues with the paper towel. This looks like a faux wood grain paint job, which is very cool. I don't see it super often of people doing faux wood grain paint jobs on models. Do sometimes, of course, but just not a super common thing. He is quite nicely done, and there is a signature. This looks like DG 2006. Quite a lovely custom. There's a nice bay warm blood. Nice color on it. And a little teeny tiny star on the forehead. That's adorable. Very nice contrast of the kind of lighter yellowish coloring and then the darker brown. Oh, here's a nice G1 drafter who does have some marks, unfortunately, but I can maybe clean up a lot of them. This one is a nice white with gray mane and tail and hooves and such. Nice chunky model. Oh, here's a pretty Arabian in a palomino or like a sorrel chestnut. Wow, very pretty coloring. I quite like that coloring a lot. That is beautiful. Has a little bit of possibly a metallic sheen on the underneath because it's got a little bit of a shine to it, and there's a little bit of rubs on the neck, and you can kind of tell that those rubs are a little bit metallic as well. Here's a model that was just loose, and this is a drafter that is a nice gray. Kind of like a fun comparison of the G1 versus the newer one here. Oh, here's quite a, oh, he's kind of dirty. A G1 black and white Pinto. Very fun Pinto markings on him. I really like that this one Pinto marking goes on to his tail. It's very fun. Yeah, very, very fun, interesting markings on this fellow. He's really quite nice. And this is another G1 model. This one is a nice bay. Just a nice simple bay with little white socks on all four legs. Oh, he does actually have like a little splatter of bluish paint there. I wonder if that was done on purpose or if that was an accident, but that's very, very interesting. Oh, here's a nice bay standard bred. Very nice, pretty rich bay on him. I'm just a sucker for these bay colored models that have the nice, like really dark shading on top and then a little bit of lighter coloring going on and such. Just looks so gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful color. Oh, how fun. There is a collectible model here. This one is called Blueberry Wine. Put him on his little stand here. Not really staying on there well right now, but you can see this beautiful collectible model. Oh, he's really fun. I love his color. That is gorgeous. Look at his beautiful white face. Oh, he is so cool. I absolutely love him. His body color is really cool too, with this like gray with all these darker spots. Super, super lovely. I love these little collectibles for some reason. I think they are so cool. Not really into bull riding or anything, but I just like the actual bulls. I think they're very cool. Oh wow, we have a very beautiful Peter Stone chip here. This one actually kind of looks like a starry, kind of spacey one, because it's this gorgeous metallic blue and it's hard to see, but there is some little flecks of like a bit of a white or a lighter blue in there. There you can see a bit on his haunches better. Oh wow, this guy is gorgeous. Oh, very, very pretty model. He is definitely one I'm going to be keeping and putting with my other fun blue decorator models. I bet he will actually look gorgeous with Magpie, because I think Magpies has this same kind of really dark blue coloring. Interestingly, this next model appears to be quite heavy, so I am curious to see what this could be. Oh, it is one of these. Semi-familiar with these. This is a metal knockoff. It actually does have writing on the side here that says Duran Industries Inc. 1976, made in Hong Kong. So this is a metal knockoff of one of the Breyer G1 Stablemate molds, and I believe I actually have a couple of these kind of metal knockoffs here and there in my collection. Very interesting in that they are pretty much just the same Breyer mold, pretty much the same size, but they're made of metal and were made by different companies, which obviously kind of a terrible place to put your company imprint, logo, writing, whatever on the side of your model. It also has these like circles here from when it was manufactured and such. This model also does not appear to have eyes. It does, yeah, not have eyes painted. It looks like it had an eye painted at one point on this side. Maybe it just kind of came off. Can also see a bit of the metal showing through on the model there. Yeah, interesting, weird little knockoff metal model. Oh wow, this is quite a fun model here. This is a G1 Giraffer done up as a very flashy dappled gray. Look at those spots. Oh my goodness, those are absolutely crazy spots. What a fantastic, crazy looking model. I kind of love him. He is quite something. Wowzers. Here's another G1. This is like the little Seabiscuit looking kind of mold. Done as a bay. He is quite nice. Nice condition for his age. Oh, this is a custom. A very fun colored custom here. I'm actually not entirely sure what is supposed to be on this guy. If these are supposed to be candy corns, perhaps? He might be like a Halloween custom. That's going to be my best guess. Fun gold and black mane and tail and legs. And I do see that there is a signature on this fellow. This is done by SMT or J? T, I guess. It looks like a backwards J, which what made me think J. From 2007. Quite a fun and interesting little custom that I'm going to assume is probably Halloween inspired custom. Oh, here's a nice pewter stone chip. This is like a very nice dark bay. Needs probably a bath. It does unfortunately have a little bit of a bent ear, but is a really pretty matte, like dark bay. Here's some foals. One of these, oh my gosh, is actually a custom. Oh, a very neat custom too. Yet again, hopefully save it from the paper towel sticking to it. Okay, it's actually not as bad as I thought. It's mostly sticking to some glue on the leg, which is not really coming off. Okay, there we go. It kind of took a little paint off with it, but it's mostly good. Wow, what a fun custom! This is one that's also been done with that fun holographic shiny paint, but it's done up as like a little ocean-inspired horse. It's got little seahorses and kelp, a little starfish. Oh, even a starfish over the eye. That is adorable. Little seahorses there. This says Nan. I'm assuming 01, is that right? Not really sure if that's a date or if it is something else. I don't really know. But what a fun, cool little custom. I really quite like that. There's a little Appaloosa scratching foal, which I think is the same as this one that we already looked at. Yep, same ones. Very cute though. Ooh, this is gorgeous. It is a custom that is a little sticky, unfortunately, which is immediately how I know it's a custom because it is sticking to the paper towel. This one does have a signature on the bottom. It says JAE. This is a beautiful metallic purple on the Peterstone Arabian chip mold, done with a black mane and tail, some nice little white socks. Really pretty color on this. Like a little marking on the face as well. Wow, really like this one. Cute little stock horse fella here. Nothing too crazy, but just nice little bay with white markings. It's another American saddlebred. Oh, this is a custom one. Oh, and unfortunately does have a lot of toilet paper bits stuck to it here. A lot of which looks like it was already on there before it was wrapped up again or something. I don't know. Another one that I will have to do my best to see if it will come clean, but here's a signature. It looks like almost 7H possibly. I'm not really entirely sure. I'm guessing 7H, but I could be wrong. Very pretty markings on this one though. Is super nicely painted. It's just a little hard to tell because of all the stuff stuck to the finish, unfortunately. It actually almost looks like it is an OF model that just had white markings painted on it. Because let me see here. It almost looks like the same coloring as like this release. And the braids are pretty similar. So I almost wonder if this is a model that just had the white markings added to it, possibly. Can't say for sure, but it does almost look like that. Oh, a pretty G1 here. Looks like kind of a... Oh, I might have seen this one possibly in the collection before. It's an interesting Appaloosa because it's got like dark Appaloosa spots on it instead of dark Appaloosa spots on a white section or something, you know? Kind of strange. Don't even know if you can call this an Appaloosa or call it something else. But it is a really pretty shade of color. Almost like an apricot dun. Here's a nice little G1 Bay Morgan, I believe. In pretty nice shape. Quite a lovely model. See a little pony. Palomino Shetland pony. Very cute. Ooh, very beautiful. Palomino stock horse stone chip. Even still has its tag, which is always kind of cool to see when they have their original old tags on. It says from 2005, back when they had some of the Peter Stone models made in China and were a little bit more like regular runs. Love the color on this model. Very pretty, and also that gloss really helps make the color pop as well. Another Peter Stone here. Oh, this is another one of these pretty metallic blue ones with the pretty little spots. Oh, just so beautiful. I think he is pretty much like the other one here. I'm not seeing like any drastic variation to them except for a little bit in the spots. Oh, such a pretty model though. This might be possibly my favorite of this video. It is so gorgeous. Here's a G1 Appaloosa. Has a little saddle on him. Again, this is one of these little saddles. They're from a different brand. They are from Kidcore. Nice little Appaloosa G1 though. Got little things here and there wrong with them, but for the most part, pretty good shape. Oh, I recognize this one. This is like the really pretty, I don't know if it's actually called opal, but it's like a opal colored Peter Stone chip on the Arabian mold. I believe I actually recently saw one too, even in a previous collection unboxing that was still in package. Ooh, this one's got some really cool coloring on it though, because it's got a little bit of spots. A little bit of spots on the blue. Wow, that is so pretty. There is like a weird little mark on the side, unfortunately. Maybe that'll be able to wash off, but oh, I love the color of this. This is just absolutely gorgeous. There's a little pony model here. A little Highland pony in a kind of dun color. Cute little model. Oh, and here's another one of the exact same model, and this one has glue on the hooves. Ooh, this guy looks very pretty. Oh wow, very pretty model. This is a Morgan, except it's not just a black, it's actually kind of bluish. It's got kind of a metallic blue underneath that black, so it's got a really gorgeous shine to it. Oh my gosh, I love that. That looks so pretty. Absolutely amazing color. Oh, here's another one of these G1 wool guys that has the black pinto markings. Let me show the other one that we unwrapped not long ago here. This one is a little bit more yellowed, unfortunately, but you can see he has pretty much the same markings and whatnot. Cute. Oh, and yet another duplicate model here, except this one does have a little blanket that was added to her. This is that pretty little G1, like flea-bitten gray. This one's got a cute little blanket added to her. Let me pull out the little other one from earlier. You can see this one, the eyes are more normal compared to this one. This one has like big, giant black bug eyes, whereas this other one is a lot more like normal sized, little brighter eyes. Got a little bit of difference in their color as well. Small model here, little foal. Very cute, little black foal with high stockings. This is an older G1. Another custom. A little stuck to the paper towel, not crazy bad though. This is quite a fun custom here. Frisian, done up in black and purple metallic paint, but it also has, as you can probably tell, lots of fun glitter. No signature on this one. I can't help but love the glitter. That looks so fun and pretty. G1 stablemate here. Pretty little, I guess, gray thoroughbred. There's a few little marks and such, but not in too bad of shape. Oh, this is interesting. There's another one of these little Arabian mares. This one, I don't want to say it's a shrinky necessarily, but it is definitely a little bit smaller compared to the other one here. Oh, maybe it is a shrinky. It kind of almost looks like it is, which I don't know if stablemates can be shrinkies. I mean, technically, in theory they could be. She does smell a little bit funky. I wonder if she may in fact be a shrinky stablemate. I will have to probably ask some other people what they think, but she does appear to be a shrinky to me. At least that is what I thought initially upon looking at her, and also comparing her to this other one. You can tell she is a little bit smaller. She has kind of a weird shiny spot on her belly, and she does smell a little funky. All not good signs, and her legs are looking a little kind of weird, warped too. Another custom. Oh wow, this is a fun decorator. Done up in this kind of purple pinto with some fun herring, I suppose. And also notice that tail has been modified. It's been bent around, so it's like it's swishing. This one has also been done, it says by Nan, and this one is numbered 711. So I wonder if those are like almost inventory numbers or something on these models, since that other Nan one looked like it said 101. I don't really know, but he is a really fun custom. I quite like the color and fun things done to it. Oh, its mane has also been modified and heated up and squished down. Nice fun like Sabino markings as well on him. Oh wow, another fun modified custom here, and again by this assuming same person, Nan, and this one says 850. This one is a little stuck. This one also has had a modification with his leg bent. The top one also was modified. Color on this though is really fun and fantastic. It is a metallic silver with white mane and tail, white little splatters. Absolutely fantastic color. Really quite a fan of that. That is really cool. And another model on this same mold, but not with the modified legs, so I can show you real quick what they changed up on the legs. So you can see both the front legs were bent quite a bit. This one is so pretty because I love the color. I adore this color. It's like a rose gray. The splatters, oh my gosh, it is so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous color. Oh my goodness. This is a custom that was kind of out loose because I kind of remember it was just kind of loose in the box in one of the previous collection parts, and I had briefly shown it. Oh, it does have a signature. It says JP on the bottom. It is a fun custom that's been changed into a unicorn and has little rainbow Appaloosa spots all over and a rainbow mane and tail. That is just so fun. Very cute custom. Oh, this is not a horse. This is a Breyer cat. Cute little black and white cat with some lighter, like tannish shading going on. Kind of weird shading. I don't know, weird different shades of brown going on. But that's a little cute Breyer cat. Another custom. This one also stuck to paper towel. Ah! Got issues, unfortunately. I'm not seeing a signature on this one. Green metallic colored one with some neat little vines painted on it. Quite a fun decorator, and I like that its hooves are also painted this kind of bronzy looking color. Kind of like a fun nature leaf inspired little decorator model. This model kind of fell out as I was grabbing models here. Here's a little Breyer Frisian who's kind of dirty and needs to be washed. But he is nice. He is not a solid black, but has that nice bit of shading going on like the underneath the color. It's a little bit metallic. Nice little metallic brown. Little like undertones. Very pretty color. Here's another little batch of foals. Here's a little pinto. Oh, that's a really cute little pinto. Not really sure the exact color this one's supposed to be. Maybe like a palomino or chestnut. Really cute. Love the pattern on this one. And then here's just a nice little darker chestnut one. This one I think is the same as another one or two of this model that's been in this collection. Oh, and this guy is another duplicate we've seen not in this video but in the previous ones. The dappled gray Peruvian Paso. I do think this model is gorgeous. There's been like 3 of these guys now, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. He is a very pretty model though. Oh, and this is interesting. We have what looks like a fox. It is a fox. It is a Schleich fox. How fun! And I don't know if I have a Schleich fox in my own Schleich collection. I don't think I do, surprisingly. That is such a cute little fox. Oh my gosh. He is adorable, and I love him. There's another Schleich animal here. This time, a little tabby cat, which looks familiar to me. So I've either had this one with my own Schleich stuff, or we maybe saw another in the collection. Not really sure, but I've definitely seen this little Schleich kitty cat before. It is very cute. G1, like stock horse fella sort of here. Just a nice, simple bay. Pretty good condition. Oh, here's a quite pretty Peter Stone chip. It's like one of the little Spanish horses. Again, it has its tag as well. Nice, pretty gray. Very neat. The shading's a little interesting on the top of the face there and the forelock. It's strange that it's only there, not elsewhere on the mane. But it is, wow, so gorgeous, and love the little dark legs as well. Nope, here's another one that I think we've seen before in this collection, which is a little Palomino Andalusian. Quite cute and has some fun little shading on his face. Nice color on the body as well. There's another Andalusian. This time, this one is possibly a keychain or an ornament, and it is unpainted, which makes me think this probably came possibly from like the Breyer older paint your own ornament set, I'm assuming, possibly. I will have to look him up and check. Here's a little Tennessee walking horse who has a little kind of, I'm assuming, makeshift bridle on. I'm a little worried about taking this off because it's kind of sticking to him a little bit. Oh, there we go. A little bit did get on him, but it is mostly okay. He is a pretty bay. Pretty red ribbons in his mane. This looks like a Breyer G3 drafter, or Clydesdale guy. Clydesdale Shire draft, I don't know. This is a nice little Palomino, a bit of markings. He does have a Made in China sticker. So it might have come from JCPenney maybe? Something like that, where they had the Made in China stickers put on them. Oh, here's another pretty Peruvian Paso. This one is a very pretty flaxen chestnut, maybe? Oh gosh, that color is so pretty though. I love the just contrast of that yellow mane and tail to this reddish colored body. Oh, we have a custom. No, not a custom. This is probably an OF Breyer since it did not stick to the paper towel. Naturally is probably from the same set that the little Wedgwood one here came from. This one is the gold charm colored little saddlebred guy. Oh my gosh, he is really pretty. So I'm guessing, like I said, those are probably from the same set. Very pretty bright shiny gold on this one. It's got little blue ribbons on the mane. Oh, and here's another one. So this is a set and we're probably missing possibly another Wedgwood, or maybe, I don't know which ones are in this set. So this one is a little resist gold one. Very pretty. Oh my goodness. Just the colors on these are fantastic. So we'll see. I believe there's probably at least one more in this set. So we'll see if we find another one in this video. But that was actually the last model for the second bag. So we are 2/3 of the way into the video and have one more bag of models left to go through. Next, we actually have this Breyer's ice cream, like little plastic box that has a bunch of stuff in it. And we can see there's like a cat in there, but I'm not sure what other goodies are inside. Let's open it up and see. So here's that little kitty cat. This appears to, oh, it is a custom because I see a little signature that is SB. Although it looks like the paws are still OF because they look like they were kind of airbrushed on, like factory done. but then the rest of this cat was painted white. Very cute. There's another kitty here. This one is a black one. This one appears to be a Breyer kitty. Some really pretty orange eyes. This is like a very Halloween looking kitty cat. A little white, little black, and then the other one here, a little white and black. So we got a nice little mix there. Oh, and yet another kitty here. This one is another custom. Again, done by SB. This time the paws look like they were painted on. This one is a little like brown kitty cat. Very cute. Now we are on to a horse. This is definitely a body. A little body G1 that has quite a bit of rubs on it. Looks like it actually maybe was started to be sand down on the seams. It does have a little broken ear. It has that kind of texture too, like it had just been sanded a bit. So I think this one was one that was a body that was started to be worked on. Bottom layer of models poking out there. There's this model in a little kind of red pouch thing. This is a fun little kind of like Valentine's Day custom. White and red with hearts all over. This is another one of Nan. 10-11 on this one. Kind of cool. It looks almost like fish scales with how the hearts are as well. Very interesting model. I really like the face. Face is very cute with these little heart markings on it. Here's a cute little warm blood who looks familiar. I think we saw this one in a previous stablemate part. A really pretty Bay Pinto on this little standing warm blood mold. Really, really lovely model. A little cute snip on the nose. Oh, I love this one. Oh, this model's got some tack on it. Looks like a little Arabian set, even though this model is in fact a warm blood. But that's a really nice little stablemate scale saddle there. Go ahead and take it off just so we can see the rest of the model. Very pretty metallic chestnut. Again on the little standing warm blood mold. I spy another custom. This is another very Valentine's-y kind of themed one. This one is a light pink, little heart spot on the haunches. I do not see a signature on this one. Here's a Tennessee Walker, Palomino. This one also looks familiar. We might have seen this one in the previous parts. It's got little metallic purple ribbons and black hooves. Next is a Peterstone chip. Wow, this one's really quite fantastic. I love that pretty swishy tail. That looks wonderful. Oh, he's got some dirt on him. He'll have to be washed up. Color is just really pretty. It's kind of like a dappled gray, maybe? I'm not really quite sure what color this is supposed to be. It's got some like interesting kind of bluish coloring going on and nice markings. Really quite a lovely, lovely little Peterstone Arabian chip. There is yet another one of these little, oh, this one's actually an etchy. Oh my goodness. Another one of these Palomino Tennessee walking guys, except as you can see, this one's been etched. That is a really cool, interesting pattern that's been etched on this one. Wow. Super detailed. The hooves also look like they've been painted to have little horseshoes on them. That is a nice touch. Very nice model. Right, there are two more models left in here. I recognize this one. Also needs a bath, but this is the little mini connoisseur JH set. Third time's a charm. Little American saddlebred. The little blue ribbons are very cute. Lastly, there's a little pony in here, which appears to be another Palomino. Same one as this one from earlier. This one's got like a lighter Palomino coloring to it though. See, it's quite a bit lighter actually, especially like in the face. Markings are slightly different, but it looks like the same model pretty much, just little variation in the coloring. Alright, and that's all that was in that little Breyer's ice cream box. Alright, got a kind of strangely wrapped up assortment of models here. Stock horse guy, but as a pretty bay pinto. Definitely needs a little bit of a bath. Oh, I do love that coloring. Very nice. And nice pinto markings too. And then there's also a little thoroughbred who actually has a little bit of a twist tie still on him. So we must have came in a little twist tie box situation. A pretty chestnut thoroughbred. Very nice white socks on that one. Cute face markings. Oh, here's an interesting non-Breyer or Peter Stone model. This, I think, let me see, it does have a name. Oh, it's not what I thought. I thought it was maybe one of these like Grand Champion kind of weird models. But it says Marchon Inc. 1999 China. It is a pretty neat little horse though. Not a bad sculpt. Legs are a little bendy. Oh wait, it does actually have the little, pretty sure that's the little Grand Champion logo on the haunches there. Because I've had some similar horses to this before. So I'm pretty sure that is one of those. One of the smaller, like little Grand Champion, little rubbery plastic horses. That's neat. Here's another one of these little Mustang Pinto guys. Looks like he's pretty much the same as the other one we opened earlier in this video, at the pretty much very beginning of the video actually. This is another familiar model that I think we've had in this series before. Little Palomino Morgan. A little bit of rubs, but not too bad. It's kind of cute. Oh, here's a G1 who appears to have a broken leg that was just kind of taped on together. He does have quite a few marks and rubs as well. So this guy might probably do better off as a body at this point, since his leg is gonna need fix and such. Two more models here. A interesting Appaloosa custom on the Highland Pony mold. This one is done by JP. Pretty cute if I do say so myself. I like this kind of interesting, almost paint by numbers look to this model. It's quite cool. I love this color as well. Very interesting kind of tan. Nice little Appaloosa spots. Very adorable. Here's a rather, very dusty actually, super dusty little Bay Andalusian, which looks pretty much, I think, the same to the other Bay Andalusian we opened earlier. Here we go, similar one. This one at least does not have a big scratch across the back though, or across the barrel I mean. I do see in this bag there is a handful of white Breyer bodies here, probably from either like the little paint kits or from a Breyer event like Breyer Fest for painting your own stablemates and such. So a bunch of just plain little white stablemates. Here's a wad of different models all wrapped up in bubble wrap. This I think is a safari. Let's see, what is this? I was right, this is a safari, 1997 Safari Arabian. A cute, little kind of chunky, goofy, cartoony looking Arabian foal, but it's still pretty cute. It's got a very cute little funky face. Next in here, oh, this beautiful little warm blood here. Oh, he's actually a custom. I was gonna say, for a moment he looked like a OF Breyer, but now that I look closer, I see that he is in fact an etchy custom, and even his hooves have a little bit of repainting done to them. Oh, he is super cool though, super fun pattern on this guy. Do not see a signature initials of who did him, however. He is a pretty nicely done etchy though. I quite like that guy. Next rolled up here is, oh goodness, this guy really needs a bath. He is very dusty. This is a pretty bay little jumping horse. Oh, he does unfortunately have, well, they look like he was starting to be etched, I guess. Kind of weird that they're just like spots. They're like so perfect, they don't really look like rubs either. I don't really understand what was done to this guy, unless maybe he was like attached to something at some point and then like it pulled the paint off. Even that doesn't seem quite right. Yeah, he's also got like sticky stuff on his stand, but I don't really know. I don't know what the deal is with those spots. That's strange. But there's that guy. He's quite interesting. Quite dirty. I will wash him up after this video at some point. And we have another duplicate modeled here. This is another one of the little Peter Stone stock horses with the little Appaloosa spots on the back. He is very cool. Such a gorgeous little Peter Stone chip. Love the color. There's a stablemate that's actually in plastic here. Don't know if this was the plastic originally came in, possibly. A Pretty Bay Tennessee walking horse with green and yellow ribbons. Very nice soft color on this one. There is another one of these little Peter Stone chips that are in this really pretty green. This one does have painted eyes though, so I will grab the one that doesn't have painted eyes to show you. So this one is a little factory goof for sure, considering he does not have painted eyes. Even his mane looks like off because it's been painted gray instead of white. His tail looks like it hasn't been painted white either, so this one's a kind of a weird one. I don't know what his deal is, because I believe there's another one of these like more normal ones that was found in this collection, so yeah, this one's just like a factory goof. Here's a little Appaloosa guy who is also a duplicate from this collection I see. Buckskin with Appaloosa spots. Love his tail. His tail's so cool. So there's that little guy. See a G1. This one has a little mess up there. Oh, and there too. I was going to say it looks pretty nice, but it does have a few little issues. Color is very pretty though. Kind of a orangish, a little bit kind of bay. Here's, oh my goodness, a gorgeous little Peter Stone Arabian chip. It's got the swishy tail, and it's got a beautiful chestnut color with Sabino Pinto markings. Look how pretty. That is fantastic. Lots of little dapples too. Oh my gosh, that one is very pretty. Gorgeous little Peter Stone chip. We're almost done, which is maybe a good thing because I am completely running out of table space to put all of these stablemates. Oh my gosh, they have taken over the table. You will see in a little bit what I'm talking about. All right, here's another one of these gray Paso Finos. Again, guessing this might be the original plastic he came in. There's been quite a lot of these cute little dappled gray Peruvian Paso models in this collection, which again, I think he is absolutely gorgeous model. Little G1 fella here. Nice chestnut, which is got some marks and such. I don't know if those will come off or not. Nice, really high white stocking on one leg. There's a little stock horse chestnut fella. Pretty color. This appears to be another custom because it is very bright blue. It is. It's another one of these really fun little holographic customs. This time a nice pretty blue. Does have a signature. This looks like the same one. I couldn't really tell before. Looks like maybe something SP, LSP maybe. Love this. This is gorgeous. Beautiful little blue holographic paint on there. Oh gosh, I love this. Love this little fellow. He's so cute. This is a body. It's a little Breyer Shetland pony, but it has been primed. Oh, you can see it's got a little bit of the original model kind of underneath there, so it has been primed and pretty much ready for paint. See another model that looks like it has a little broken leg, unfortunately. Its leg is just kind of, or it's like hoof actually, I guess, broke off, and it's just kind of taped there together. That's too bad. Another one that's probably best to be used as a body anyway, since it's got some rubs and marks and such. Oh my gosh, we are almost done here. We are down to the last couple models. This is yet another G1. Pretty kind of gray. One of these kind of interesting gray colored G1 models. Now we're on to the last model, which, oh gosh, I think is another Shrinky. But yeah, I am pretty sure this is a shrinky. This model looks like it is shrinking a lot. Let me see if I can grab up another model on this mold to compare. Here we go. Here's the normal version of this model. And then, kind of hard to show at this angle, but you can tell it is quite a bit smaller. It just looks kind of weird and skinny. And I am pretty sure that is because this is a little shrinky. Yeah, how strange. I wasn't sure if there were shrinky stablemates out there, but I guess there really are, because this one and the little Arabian mare from earlier, I'm pretty sure, are both little shrinkies, which I just don't really hear about shrinky stablemates often compared to like traditionals, but these guys were made kind of in the right time period where they could be shrinkies, so it makes sense. Alright, I'm not sure if my counting is correct. I tried to count them all out a couple times, but I feel like I probably didn't get the number quite right. But I got 148 models in total. Again, I think I might be off by a few numbers, but of those models, the majority were Breyers. There were 8 non-horse models. There were 13 Peterstone chips. There were 3 models of other brands. And then there were 28 customs total, not counting the models that were bodies or ready to be painted. And since I did total up these stablemates in previous videos, I kind of forgot to have that prepared before I did this video. But I will put the number on screen of how many of these little guys there were in total across this collection unboxing series, or at least roughly, because I know there were some in the unboxing parts where I just did the bigger models. So I don't know, I'm tired. This collection unboxing series has been really fun to do, but it has also been quite a bit of work and very tiring going through all these models. And yet I am still sad that it's over now. It has been so much fun going through these models with you all. Again, I am not keeping all of these models. I have already started selling models. I will be selling a lot of stablemates at Breyer Fest. It's definitely going to take me at least a year or two to get all of the models from this collection and my own collection that are going up for sale. It just takes a really long time to once again go through everything, decide what I'm selling, and get everything ready to sell and list them and everything. It takes a very long time, so I'm sorry I can't just magically have everything that I'm not keeping up for sale very quickly. But I am doing my best in trying to downsize, because as much as I love all of these amazing models, I cannot keep all of them. I just do not have the space. So a lot of them are going to have to go to new homes. I realized I almost forgot to also ask, what was your favorite model from this video? It's a question I've been asking in all of these unboxing parts. So yet again, I have to ask for the final time, which one that I unboxed here was your favorite? For me, this is a really, really tough one. I might have to say, though, this really pretty metallic blue stone drafter, but it is a probably pretty close call also with this metallic purple Arabian. As you can tell, I like the shiny, pretty decorator colored models a lot. Let me know what model in this video was your favorite. Thank you all for watching, and for those of you that have stuck around since I started the series back whenever that was now, it's been over a year. Thank you for sticking with me so long, and I hope you've enjoyed this whole series. Even though there are no more parts left to this series, I still recommend to subscribe if you're not already and interested in more model horse content, because I will still be doing model horse videos. And eventually someday, when I do get my collection downsized and actually displayed, I will do a proper updated collection tour, and you will probably see quite a few models from this collection unboxing series in my own collection whenever that video comes out someday. I've been dragging out this outro way too long. I am just sad to see this series end. Alright everyone, I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!